Good afternoon, or morning, or evening, whenever you're watching this. Remember, we are asynchronous, right? Happy Friday. Today is September 11th. It's not called Patriot Day, but it's about Patriot Day, so it seemed appropriate to play today. Kind of fit the mood. And yeah, it's Friday, September 11th, so let's get on with our birthdays. There's quite a few September 11th birthdays today. So we have Hunter Hernandez. We have Jadon Limon. We have Nico Rios. We have Michelle Kaiser. And on Saturday, September 12th, we have Samuel Mendez. Alright, happy birthday to you all. Hope you have a really good weekend and enjoying this amazing weather we've been blessed with. So get outside and do something. Alright. September 11th, 1862 is also the birthday of one O. Henry. His last name is actually Porter, but he goes by O. Henry. And O. Henry he might very well be the most famous short story author in United States history. And by short stories, I mean some of his stories can be read like in a minute or two. He really is a master of like painting like really vivid pictures and like having ironic twists and stuff like that. He's also, for us, he's a local person. He was born in Louisiana, I think, but came and lived much of his life in about like Central Texas and like in a lot of his formative years in Austin, where he ran like a weekly newspaper, kind of like almost like a magazine. He worked at a bank, but he's most well known for his like short stories. You can actually go into Austin and there's a O. Henry house he used to live in is actually right on, I think, 6th Street or 4th Street, but you can actually go visit his house. It's a little museum, so check it out sometime. What was I going to say about O. Henry? Oh, yeah, you're probably most well known for, you might have heard The Gift of the Magi, short story that comes out around Christmas, you hear it, about a man who's the real poor family. The man's got one possession. It's his gold pocket watch that his granddad gave to him. And his wife's got one thing she's got is she's beautiful long hair. And in order to get his wife a present, he sells the pocket watch and buys like a really fancy comb for her hair. In order to buy her husband a present, she cuts her hair and sells it to like a wig maker and buys him a chain for his pocket watch. So they both kind of sold the thing that they gave to the other, but the moral of the story was kind of like they have each other and their love is all they really need. So he's got a lot of little twists and stories, stuff like that. So O. Henry grew up in Austin, or lived in Austin for a good bit of his life. I'm going to read you a brief little bit of this story. It can be read in 4 minutes. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I want you, especially you, all you writers out there, and that's all of y'all, right? Pay attention to the language. And so this is like the turn of the century, so like probably late 1800s, and he was writing this. So about that time period. So imagine if you've ever seen like an old like Sherlock Holmes or any like old cops like in England, like they have batons and stuff like that. So imagine that. Imagine a picture of this guy. He's talking about a police officer walking down the street. So listen the way you can kind of like picture in your head. You can really see it the way he writes. Okay. The policeman on the beat moved up the avenue impressively. The impressiveness was habitual and not for show, for spectators were few. The time was barely 10 o'clock at night, but chilly gusts of wind, with a taste of rain in them, had well nigh depeopled the streets. Trying doors as he went, twirling his club with many intricate and artful movements, turning now and then to cast his watchful eye down the Pacific thoroughfare, the officer, with his stalwart form and slight swagger, made a fine picture of a guardian of the peace. The vicinity was one that kept early hours. Now and then you might see the lights of a store or an all-night lunch counter, but the majority of the doors belonged to business places which had long since been closed. Okay, so I don't know, just the way he uses words, kind of like, just it brings a picture to mind. So remember, when you're writing out there, try to really like be descriptive, be creative, and try to like take the person who is reading your work, try to help them see what you're seeing, so they can almost like you're painting a picture in Miss Hall's class. Imagine you're painting a picture with your words, and it's fun to play around with. All right, so we are going to close on the four-way test. The four-way test of the things we think, say, or do. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? Our virtue this month is compassion. Remember, we got to be good to each other. Be good to your family. You got siblings, be good to them. Get outside, enjoy the weather. Have a good weekend. Know I'm missing you. Wash your hands. Be safe. And know I cannot wait to see you. And we're going to go out on a little bit more of the Patriot Day song I was playing. So here we go. Have a good weekend, guys. Bye, guys. Have a good weekend.